Hello! When I developed Yellow, I soon realised I really wanted to get to Coral. This was for two reasons. The first reason, which was by far the biggest reason, was that my first impression was it was like using all 7 levels all at the same time. This felt fantastic. Now I must point out that when I got used to using Yellow, I came to realise Yellow is actually using 2 levels at the same time. Yellow, and whichever first tier level is appropriate in the current situation. However, my first impression was it was like using all 7 levels all at once. And it was a huge disappointment when under stress I'd use Orange, and thus I would go from using what seemed like all levels, including Orange, to just Orange alone. Or, said differently, I'd go from using Orange and the 6 other levels to just using Orange all by itself. Yuck. This shutdown felt horrible. Thus it occurred to me, it must be wonderful to be using Coral, as this would mean, as I regressed 2 levels under stress, if I got stressed, I would be using Yellow. So even when I got stressed, I would still be using an integrated second tier level. The second reason was I wanted to find out what Coral was actually like, as Coral is so little understood, or at least so little is published. After I was introduced to Spiral Dynamics, I scoured the book and the internet for articles and details on Coral and found very little. And most of what I did find on the internet was clearly fear or scarcity-driven misconceptions, invariably written by people that were using a non-integrated first tier level, typically Orange. And a lot of what I read predicted Coral to be some kind of supercharged manipulative red. However, just wanting to develop and use a level that is 2 levels above your current one doesn't mean you are going to develop it. First, obviously you need life conditions complex enough that you can develop it. Plus you may also need to clear any emotional blocks or beliefs you may have that prevent you from developing to that level. And also, we are talking about developing a level of existence that is on the current leading edge of life condition complexity. Now, I've got a PhD, which is a training in how to do research, and fortunately, I also worked in 4 very different organisations, 2 of which involved regularly travelling to new places around the world and dealing with a wide variety of people that were using widely different levels. I'm also fluent in creating psychological change, using tools to clear emotional blocks and change beliefs, things like NLP and timeline therapy, etc. Then, 3 years later, I realised I had developed Coral. And in the usual way, I was at work and my laptop crashed, and my immediate response was to think, what else could I do that's constructive and productive while this is rebooting? Thus, Yellow, under stress, implying I was now using Coral. So, what is Coral like? As mentioned at the start of this series, I'll cover that in my next video. Thank you very much for watching.